Like Lenin, 3 kids.
Hello everyone, welcome to Coffee, Tea, Money Talk. Today we are talking about is 10K a month for retirement is too ambitious, or how much per month we should aim for. So many people they think about when we are retirement, how much per month should we have. So today we are with the expert Lenin and Kieran to talk about is 10K per month for retirement is too ambitious. So 10K per month is too ambitious. Many people they aim for higher numbers of the retirement. What do you think about the 10K per month? So 70-80% they cannot achieve about their goal. How can we generate the income for the retirement?
Kieran, you start first.
So I think the basic about planning for retirement, right? I think the best way is to use simple math lah. So we need to know exactly how much we are able to set aside on a monthly basis. So I think it makes sense if you are going to seek for 10K per month kind of retirement income for you to last for the last 20 years of your life, right? Then during your working years, you probably got to save either 10K or even more. So if you're not doing that or you're not able to set aside that amount, then I think it becomes a little bit too ambitious. Yeah, then of course, the rate of returns becomes another thing that is a factor to this math equation. So if you're able to generate a lot more returns, if you are very good investors, you are able to generate good returns, then of course the amount that you put in becomes a lot lesser.
I mean, for me to add on is I find that 10K, I find it is a bit ambitious. Number one, we break it down. CPF only probably the minimum sum, probably give a Singaporean maybe about 1,500 to 1,008. So there is a shortfall of probably 8,500. So 8,500, if let's say assuming that you have $1 million, then the $1 million say give you a coupon of conservatively 4%. That's about probably 40,000. 40,000 divided by 12. So probably there's about 3,500. 3,500 plus 1,500 is only 5,000. So there is still a shortfall of 5,000. Then as what Kieran said, you even, like right now I said, this client has 1 million cash, have a coupon, also doesn't really meet 10,000 a month as the retirement. So he really need to plan to set aside and based on his horizon to plan for the shortfall of 5,000 as retirement.
So can I say that, for example, if now currently the salary is about 6K or 7K, so I can aim for some amount that similar to what I earn is currently.
You can expect, is it? But I think we have to be a little bit more realistic in these days. We technically do not bring back the full amount back home as liquid cash based on the amount that we earn. We probably are starting a family, you need to buy a house. You probably got a mortgage to finance as well. If you got kids, like Lenin, 3 kids, you probably got nothing much left to save for your retirement because as parents, most of the time, you probably want to keep the best for the kids as well. So realistically, out of the income that you earn, right, how much are you able to set aside for yourself for your retirement? I think that's a question that we got to ask ourselves when we are planning for that 10K a month. So I think it's a little bit too ambitious. You probably got to have a lot more liquid cash for yourself after netting off all this. And of course, we are not forgetting that if you drive a car, then all these expenses adds up. You got to give allowance to your family members. You got to eat as well. And food nowadays in Singapore is not cheap as well. So exactly how much you are left with every month, right? Then I think that will give you a very good starting point to do your math.
I mean, to add on to what Kieran says, right? I think another important is that we have parents to look after. They are already. Actually, we also give them monthly allowance. That actually also eats into our retirement plan. So that is actually also bring us another level down. Whether can we have able to afford retirement with 10K per month?
But how about, because like some elderly, right, they already have their own retirement plan, like they have their own CPF, they have their own plan. So why we still need to add on about it?
I mean, for me, there's inflation, right? So inflation actually caused tomorrow's spending to be more expensive. So we need to cater for inflation. Today, as what you said, the laksa last time is $1. Now, yeah, now the laksa is $5. You know, you cannot be like, you know, we can never buy back the $1 laksa. So that's why we need to cater for more in future. Today, 100,000 will be tomorrow 500,000. Today, 1 million will be tomorrow 500,000. So like today, 10,000 is tomorrow 5,000.
Yeah, like my father, mother buy the BTO only 150. Now the 150, where to find the BTO?
That's why.
Right, yeah.
Correct.
So I think Lenny, you talk about something very interesting. I want to check with you, right, because you are saying that hey, you are funding or giving some allowance to your parents as form of their part of your retirement planning, right? And I understand you have 3 kids. Are they part of your retirement planning as well?
Okay, very good question. To be honest, nowadays, as a young parents, right, I don't expect anything from them. I mean, seriously, it's quite hard for them. I also cannot imagine in future how much is the BTO.
Correct.
You know, yeah.
True.
I don't know whether
getting married is expensive.
Yeah,
right?
getting married is expensive. Don't know whether they want to get married or not. And I also don't know whether can they afford the BTO or not. And so many factors for them. So, and I don't want, first of all, I think I don't even want to make myself as a burden to them first. That's, I think, more important.
So that's not part of our retirement plan.
They are not my retirement plan. Yeah. Not like last time our grandmother, you know, wow, I have like my uncle, my auntie, you know, wow, there's how many of them? 8, 9 of them.
Each one give 500, that's 4,500.
Yeah, exactly. That's for my grandmother. You know, it's like, that is their retirement plan. But for our generation and future generation, I don't think that's possible, you know.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough because I still remember by the time I finished uni, it's about 23, 24, and I got a school loan to pay. I will take about 2 years. By then, I will be about 26, 27. Then I start earning income for myself. So, yeah, so it's a little bit tough if you are planning for married at that point of time. You got to save up for your BTO, restart again. Your wedding, nowadays, wedding dinner is also not cheap as well.
Yeah, not cheap.
One table is easily 2,000, 2,500. So I think, you know, these are additional costs that young couples would face in the future as well. So not part of your retirement plan.
Definitely not.
Just curious.
Yeah. At least I disclaimer, I say really it's not part of my retirement plan.
In case they add on, it's bonus .
Yeah, in case they
not
are
guaranteed.
Yeah, not guaranteed.
As long as they are not liabilities, they're
Yes.
not adding on to.
Correct. I think make sure they are not our liability.
They're not
That's very
liability,
good
They're
already.
not taking away part of your retirement fund.
Yes.
Actually, I agree with you because I also have 2 children. Then I feel like as long as we are not a burden to them, and when they can take care of themselves, they are not burden to us. We just plan ourselves proper retirement plan already.
Correct.
And many people out there, right, they feel like, retirement, then think about it. But actually, it's not. You should start to think about it from now, because as early as you think about it, the more advantages you have. Yeah, cause like
Actually, I realize most common problem is that people don't think about it.
yes,
They keep on delay. Okay lah, don't worry lah, I'll think about it tomorrow. I'll think about it.
Next year.
And actually, to be honest, the tomorrow never come.
It will never come.
Yeah, will never come. Yeah. Serious. And by the time they really realize, it's too late already.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and then how about the lower target, lower than 10K? How to start to aim, how to plan out how much per month we can save or we can plan for the retirement plan? What is your suggestion? Where should people start?
I think a good way to start, I think Lenin did mention about CPF. That's the most basic government scheme that everybody has. Can do some calculation to roughly know how much you will potentially get from CPF Life. And then from there, you have a good base already. It's more on adding different layers to your retirement income from a more practical way. Then, like what I mentioned earlier on, you need to know what are your surplus after deducting your children planning, your own allowance, your parents' allowance, your mortgage, your car, whatever, right? How much spare cash do you have to set aside? And then from there, you can decide how long are you planning to save up, whether is it through investments, through other means. Then you have some good math that you can start with. The most important part is that some people don't even sit down and do some simple math about it, and you have no idea where the income is coming from, and you're hoping that you are able to retire, or worst part is you think that you can keep working on. I think that's the sad truth that most people that we speak to, sometimes they feel that, hey, I still can work. Yeah, so I think we need to realize that sometimes I think things do happen. For example, COVID. You may just lose your job suddenly, or you may fell sick suddenly and you're not able to work. Then what happens next? Yeah, so I think these are some of the things that, food for thought lah. Exactly how are we able to find income when our active income stops?
Anything add on?
Actually, I think something that I want to add on is that, as what you say, right, we need 10,000 a month. Then a lot of time people forget to think, how long is this 10,000 per month? Is it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Assuming it's for 20 years, 10 times 12 times 20, that is $2.4 million. So to them, how much do you need to grow your funds to achieve 2.4 so that this 2.4 can slowly draw down 10K per month? I think a lot of time people is not aware of this amount of money. Yeah.
And also, I think another point of view, right, is not only a 10K a month for your income, have other like unexpected thing, like for example, suddenly you fall sick or you need to go for a surgery. That month you need to spend 50K for the surgery or operation. How about it for the risk management? How you would suggest people to plan out of the retirement to get retirement together with risk management?
So for me, is that of course, risk and retirement both are equally important. But I think the risk part is that they need to be aware that if they want to achieve their retirement goal, they need to look after the risk as well. As what you mentioned, so for medical, he or she must be aware that, my medical insurance should cover all this so that I do not jeopardize on my retirement. I do not jeopardize my retirement goals. So if let's say I have cancer, at least I feel that he or she maybe should have like 2.4 million critical illness cover, because that is my retirement goal. If not, then how? I mean, this is just an example, but I mean, this part, the number can always be managed so that the person wants to invest the risk and the retirement strike a balance. Yep.
So I think you also mentioning about how are we able to, why starting early is important. Because in the equation, I'm number person. So math, right? Apart from the returns that you're able to get, of course, higher returns, then of course we need lower amount. Time is also one factor. If you start early, then you have more time. Time is on your side. So meaning you say that you can save a lower amount with lower returns. If time permits, then technically you are still able to reach the goal. But if you are starting late, then of course time is not on your side. Then you have to, you technically got to take higher risks with no guarantee in the future, but at the same time you are stuck in between. So I think that's where starting early gives you a little bit more advantage, because you are able to take lesser risks to reach your retirement goal with a little bit more certainty, rather than you have shorter time frame and you are forced to take higher returns, to reach your goals lah.
So back to my laksa theory
lah.
Exactly. Laksa theory.
Yeah, Wanderlust laksa is 10 years ago. Now cannot find Wanderlust laksa already. Yeah, so I start early.
So can you imagine now your laksa $5, right? 5 times.
Yeah, that's why 10 years later, I don't know how much is the laksa, right?
Not just about laksa. I mean, I just went to Bangkok recently also. The noodles at roadside is like 60, but it used to be like 40, right?
Hey, the barbecue pot, the mu ping, right?
Mu ping,
last
yes.
time only $5 only. Now cannot find already.
No, I don't think you can find anything less than, I think 20.
Yes.
20 for mu ping, yeah.
Last time when I secondary school, it's only $5.
5
20 baht I can eat until
I never see before 5.
Wow, so you see 5
10
baht.
or 50, but now recently I went is about 20. So I think inflation is so real, especially after COVID. Things have went up, labor costs, travel fares, everything has went up. So
only the salary never went up.
only salary never went up. Everything is up except the salary part lah. So I guess we need to manage this portion as well. We need to factor in in our math. What happens if things do continue to increase? Especially now the core inflation has went up quite a fair bit for Singapore as well.
Just like you mentioned, right? We don't know how we're going to live. Like we don't know when we're gonna die. we don't know, we stay until 60, 70 or 80 or 90. So how we gonna start to plan to set out the retirement fund, which is like maybe 10, 15 or 20, where should we estimate and write down the plan to lead our life retirement mapping?
I think I think important is that we need to map it very clearly. As what I mentioned, is that if you know your CPF going to give you 1,500, then you know that your stocks coupon is going to give you 3,500. So you're still short of 5,000. Then the 5,000 right now depends on how old you are, depends on where you are, and depends on what Kieran says. You know, he's very number. You need to be aware of what kind of risk.
Correct. Need to be more realistic lah.
Yeah.
For example, you need the 5K, right? Either you put in more money or you take more risk. But sometimes people don't willing to take the risk, right? But you don't have so much money to put, then you lower your expectation a little bit, bro.
Yes.
Then it becomes a little bit unrealistic to still seek for so high, because the risk that you're gonna take doesn't make sense anymore. To at least to yourself lah. I feel all these numbers are not going to lie to you lah. Unless you're going to generate more money and put it inside lor.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
I think maybe back to basic, because many people, they want to plan retirement plan, investment plan, but they never back to the basic, like personal account plan. Like how much you earn per month, then what
Correct.
you spend on, then how many percent of the fund that you can invest or risk management. I think this is also important, right?
Correct.
I think so far a lot of people, in my personal opinion, is that they do not dare to upfront face the retirement facts. I feel that they really never sit down and plan. They always keep on have this dilemma of delaying. But the thing is that it's so real.
Correct. I settle my short-term goals first, short-term needs first.
Yeah, I go holiday first.
I buy my house first. I buy my car first.
Yeah.
But the retirement can wait. So I think that's where the times are getting a little bit short. The runway is getting shorter and shorter, and by the time you realize, right, you are like 50 only. You left with like 10 years, and you start to get a little bit more kanchong.
Yeah.
Look for best retirement plan, best investment plan. For my own opinion, I think there's no best. Starting early is one of that. I think that's the best plan. Starting early and knowing what best for you and the numbers at the end of the day gives you a little bit more insights on how potentially you can start being aware first. I think is the most important part.
I think the other part that I want to add on is that if you have a plan already, I think important is that you should actually do a review on it every 1 year, 2
Once a
years.
year,
Yeah, so that you know that, hey, I'm actually on track to achieve the $10,000 per month.
That you first
Yeah.
initially. Yeah, I think good point that Lenin mentioned out. A lot of times people think that this thing is a one-off thing. I kickstart my retirement planning like today. But you actually need to review it because the environment do change,
Yes.
your situation do change. Maybe you can put in more money, maybe I can take more risks, or maybe I already hit my goals because the retirements actually perform better than what we expected
Yep.
from 10 years ago. So having a review regularly allows you to keep yourself accountable for.
True.
At the same time, know whether are you on track or off track or not. Yeah, so I think this is a step 2 that most people thought that it's a one-time thing, but it's actually ongoing.
Yes.
Yeah, like 10 years ago, you no kids, now you got 3.
Exactly. So, dynamics change. The asset allocation becomes important. How much do I spend for my kids? How much do I spend for myself? How much do I actually plan for my retirement? So people keep on using retirement as a moving goalpost. Or as what Kieran says, I settle the car, I settle the house, I settle the kids. Then, what about this? He totally forget that actually this is the most important part. Yeah.
So all of this, right? Many people is don't know, don't have any idea about it, but you all got knowledge about it. You know how to do with it. So if people out there don't know how to start, what you will suggest them to do? What do you suggest them to plan and draw out?
Like, share, subscribe. No, just kidding. I mean, of course, we definitely have solutions. Of course, we also plan it and draft it out. Whether to tell this person, is this realistic, achievable, and
Makes sense or not?
based on the budget. If it doesn't make sense, we'll say, hey, look, it's not possible. If not, you lower your retirement goal from 10 to maybe 6 or 7.
And
Yeah.
then we start from there first, and if you have extra funds or you're able to take better returns or better risks, right, then we can slowly scale up lah. But if you're not able to meet 3, 4, 5, right, then don't aim for 10 lah, because sometimes the number is a little bit too daunting for people to start with. I start with 10, but actually I only got 1K. Then it becomes very big, right? Then, you know, as humans, sometimes we get a little bit more, you know, it sounds very daunting. So they will just, you know, try to reject all this and we don't want to see about it. But if you actually have, you know, progressive milestones, I think that is a little bit more, you see your fruits reaping at the end of the day. So you start with 3, once you build different layers, you start with 4, 5, then it becomes like a milestone that you want to achieve, like unlocking in game lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's where, you know, sometimes people don't monitor. I think like Lenin, probably when you are younger, you can take a lot more risks. Now with kids, you probably a little bit more,
Yeah, that's why.
a little bit more secure, be a little bit more defensive. I think that's where monitoring of your retirement portfolio becomes a little bit more important as well.
I mean, now not so much money goes to retirement, but you know, but nevertheless, it's behind my mind that I need to set aside something. As what you said, time, right? You better start early than nothing, right? So at least start something than nothing. That's what I feel. You know, the last start can never be $1 again. So do it right now. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, you may think that you can start any point of time you want, but you may realize that, like me, I thought that I'm 15, but actually I'm 18. But
You're
I'm
always
still-
18 for girls.
So start earlier as much possible, and like our experts say that you don't know what is going to happen, you should keep review, and you should look into your retirement plan, your life plan, like growing a tree, right?
Yep,
I can
yep.
say like growing a tree.
Yes,
It's not
yes.
like one time throw the seed, then everything will grow up. You must take care.
You must throw the
slowly.
seed first also. Sometimes they don't even throw the
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
tree will just
Correct,
appear
correct.
tomorrow I wake up.
Tomorrow the tree come out already. Oh, okay.
Just at the green spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think everybody who watching us now will never throw the seed, because you are follow and subscribe and like us. That's why you know all it and can throw the seed now, because you are with us. Coffee, tea, money, talk.